possible to be completely connected yet so alone? The first thing I do when I wake up and the first thing I do before I go to bed is check all my social media networks on my phone. Technology completely rules our lives, and even though it has plenty of benefits, it also has consequences. Some consequences are lack of real communication between people and isolation of people. The more we use technology to communicate instead of traditionally, the more we lose communication skills. A phone conversation is good every once in a while, even though texting is easier. Yes, texting can be much easier if you're trying to have an awkward conversation, but it also takes away from our spontaneous personality. When texting, you have time to think about what you're going to say, or you can even delete something. I believe it is important to show who you are, and the best way to do that is to communicate face to face. Another thing that technology does is isolate you while connecting you. Even though people are gathered together, they are still isolated due to technology. When you go out to eat with your family, everyone sits at the dinner table staring at their cell phones. This should be time of talking and enjoying each other's presence. It's usually the kids, teens, and young adults that are on their cell phones, and then the old people are sitting around trying to find somebody to talk to. My family is very guilty of this, and I try not to be. The point of being with your family is to talk to each other, catch up, tell stories, but technology takes away from this experience. I feel that some people do not realize how much they're isolating themselves from the rest of the world because they think that texting and social media is the same form of communication. However, a real connection is formed through personal experiences. Another major isolation is through the use of technology is Netflix. I hear people say all the time that they're going to spend their whole weekend sitting on the couch watching Netflix. When they do this, they're drowning themselves in thousands of TV shows and movies that keep drawing you in for more. Instead of going out with friends and family, it's easier to just sit on the couch and watch Netflix. I will admit that I do love watching The Office. However, I do not sit and watch it for hours. If I have a choice of going out or sitting and watching Netflix, I'm always going to choose to go out and spend time with people. This terrible trend is also beginning to make its way into the hands of young children. They prefer technology over toys any day. They're getting in contact with their parents' smartphones or tablets, and they're becoming obsessed with it. I see kids all the time snatch the phones out of their parents' hands and know immediately what to do with it. Technology is becoming the new toys for children instead of going outside and playing with the traditional toys. Since they're growing up with it, that's all they're going to know. Technology is creating a barrier for today's youth and is isolating them from potential relationships. Social media networks are taking over technology altogether. There's different social media networks that people communicate with each other in many ways, such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and many more. People get on these multiple times a day, and I'm very guilty of this. Anytime I unlock my phone, I always go to Instagram or Facebook, and it's not because I care about what people are doing, it's just a habit. Today's world should be a warning for the future, because if we're not careful, we could easily be taken over by technology. It's no secret, digital technology is taking over our lives, and face-to-face time with friends and loved ones is decreasing because of it. Keurig Green Mountain Databases says this. Technology is a great thing, however, it creates many problems and barriers for our lives. Without realizing it, technology completely controls us. I think that we need to step back, evaluate how much we use technology, and realize that we don't need it as much as we think we do. Thank you. I don't know how to stop it.